The sun rose over the vast plains of Kurukshetra, casting golden light over the two massive armies gathered there. The land, sacred through centuries, was now the stage for one of the greatest wars the world had ever seen. The war of the Mahabharata between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Far away, in the palace of Hastinapura, the blind king Dhritarashtra sat anxiously. Though he could not see, his mind was clouded with worry and conflict. He turned to his trusted charioteer and divine seer Sanjaya and asked, "Oh, Sanjaya, gathered on the sacred field of Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Panda do?" Sanjaya, blessed with divine vision, could see everything unfolding on the battlefield. With deep reverence, he began to narrate. The preparation for war. On the battlefield, the Kaurava prince Duryodhana stood tall, gazing at the army of the Pandavas. A skilled warrior and a shrewd leader, Duryodhana was also deeply insecure. Seeing the opposing army so well arranged, he approached his teacher Dronacharya, the revered master of warfare who had taught both sides. "Acharya," said Duryodhana, "look at this mighty army of the Pandavas, arranged by your talented disciple Drishtadyumna. They have great warriors, Bhima, Arjuna, Satyaki, Drupada, and many others. But we too have heroes, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashvathama, and Vikarna. Our strength is unmatched, especially under the command of the mighty grandsire Bhishma. Let all our warriors protect him with everything they have." Bhishma, the elder of the Kuru dynasty and a warrior of unmatched valor, blew his conch shell. It roared across the sky like a lion's cry, signaling the start of battle. The sound was followed by a chorus of drums, bugles, and conches for both sides, as the earth trembled with anticipation. Krishna and Arjuna enter the battlefield. From the Pandava side, Lord Krishna, serving as the charioteer of Arjuna, stepped onto the battlefield in a grand chariot drawn by white horses. Arjuna, the hero of the Pandavas, picked up his celestial bow, Gandiva, and prepared for war. As the drums and conches blared, Krishna blew his conch Panchajanya, Arjuna blew Devdutta, and Bhima blew Pandra. The rest of the Pandava warriors followed suit, filling the sky with a thunderous sound that shook the hearts of all who heard it. Arjuna, gazing across the field, saw familiar faces, friends, cousins, teachers, uncles, all preparing for war. A strange unease crept into his heart. He turned to Krishna and said, "O Krishna, place my chariot between the two armies. I wish to see those who have come to fight, those with whom I must do battle." Krishna silently obliged, driving the chariot between the two forces and stopping before Bhishma and Drona, the very teachers who had trained Arjuna from childhood. Arjuna scanned the battlefield. His eyes fell upon his grandfather Bhishma, his beloved teacher Drona, his cousins, uncles, brothers-in-law, and even old friends. His heart sank. What was he doing? With trembling voice, he said to Krishna, "O Madhava, seeing all these kinsmen arrayed for battle, my limbs fail, my mouth is dry, my body trembles, and my bow slips from my hand. How can I fight against my own family? I do not desire victory, kingdom, or pleasures purchased at the cost of blood." The words poured from his heart like a flood. What joy will there be in a kingdom stained with the blood of those I love? Even if they desire to kill me, I cannot bring myself to fight them. It is better I lay down my arms and be killed unresisting. Arjuna's spirit, once so fierce and determined, was now consumed by sorrow and confusion. The battlefield, which moments before had felt like the place of honor and duty, now appeared to him as a place of tragedy. Once upon a time, in the ancient land of Bharat, there was a valiant warrior named Arjuna. Renowned for his unparalleled archery skills, Arjuna was a beloved member of the Pandava lineage, destined to face grand challenges in his lifetime. But not all battles are fought with sword and shield. Some are fought within heart. One day, as the sun rose over the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna stood poised, ready for a great confrontation. On this large expanse of land, two mighty armies were gathered, each side fighting for justice, for dharma. Yet, amidst the clamor of warriors and the dust of the battlefield, a profound silence settled around Arjuna's heart. As he prepared to fulfill his duty, he looked across the field and saw faces he cherished, friends he loved, mentors who had guided him. The prospect of battling his own kin was more terrifying than any foe he had ever faced. Overcome with emotion, Arjuna stepped back to the safety of his chariot. He lowered his bow and set it aside, his heart heavy with sorrow. "I cannot fight these people," Arjuna thought to himself, "for they are my family, my dear ones." His mind was a swirling sea of confusion, and he sat down, his head hung low. The brilliant warrior was caught in a storm of doubt. Suddenly, in this hushed moment, the compassionate voice of Lord Krishna, his charioteer, reached his heart. "O Arjuna," Krishna gently spoke, "this battle is not just of the body, but of the spirit. To pursue the path of righteousness sometimes means confronting the hardest truths." Arjuna listened intently. He knew Krishna's wisdom was vast, and his words were meant to illuminate his clouded heart. "Though you stand amidst conflict," Krishna continued, "never lose faith in your purpose. Kindness, trust, and duty guide the soul." As Krishna's words unfurled a tapestry of enlightenment before him, Arjuna began to see beyond the mist of sorrow. With a nod, Arjuna rose, not with resolve of a warrior seeking vengeance, but with the calm strength of understanding. Ready to follow the path of Dharma, under the watchful eyes of the universe, Arjuna prepared to embrace his destiny, not with the clashing of swords, but with grace, wisdom, and love for all. As the stars lined the night sky, the battlefield was still. But the greatest lesson had been learned. A true warrior fights the battle within, for only then can he emerge victorious. In this quiet realization, Arjuna found peace and hope, feeling safe in the knowledge that he was not alone on this journey.